Let's talk for a minute about pain and sacrifice, which is really self-sacrifice. All pain is related to your blueprint. It's why you came here, what you intended to learn from it. And now that the shift is happening and you're given a choice, whether you want to continue those cycles of learning or you want to exit and move into creation, where you take what you have learned and you create with it, otherwise known as karma and dharma. It's a choice. It's a choice that you're being asked to make, that we're seeing in the world, that you're seeing in your family, that you're seeing at work, that you're seeing around the block, that you're seeing in the local grocery stores, that you're seeing everywhere. The chaos, the conflict, the confusion, the unknowing, the lack of safety and security, the worry, the anxiety, the fear. It's asking you to purge out past sacrifice, suffering, to stop looking outside of yourself to give you direction, guidance, to seek from within, to know that you have the ability to connect with yourself and then others that are in alignment, that are in resonance, that are in just alignment with you. So I want to talk about suffering. And coming from a background of psychology and working in the field for so long, and these are things that I promoted too, that I labeled, that I defined, whether it was labeling for a mental illness so you could bill billing, or whether it was labeling past occurrences or experiences so then you could find treatment that could be available or that would be workable with whatever it was that I was seeing. Anyways, the bottom line is that everything that I was doing was just promoting the continuation. Like even, being a therapist and having people commit to coming in. Well, when does that commitment end? And we would see insurance saying, oh, I'm only going to pay for 8 sessions. We would see that as a bad thing, where even though maybe insurance was using it because they're trying to get their money's worth, like, therapy is not lifelong. Just like medications are not lifelong. Problems are not lifelong. But if you continue them and pursue them, well, then they continue to be lifelong until you choose a different path. So suffering. If you're suffering right now and you're labeling others as to narcissists, toxic, all these, I see like all these groups and all this talk and all these shows on all these terrible people, these wicked people, these people that have done all this harm, and let's see their justice, where even if justice will be served to those that have caused great harm, because it will be served, if I'm looking to see that happen, well, then I continue in their cycle. I continue in that injustice that they supplied to myself or to whoever else it was that they did harm to. So let's think about someone, something, someplace that you're still hung up on, that literally harmed you, that legitimately harmed you. And what if we just remove that? What if we just said that doesn't matter anymore? You don't get to pull that trump card anymore. Would you willingly give it up? Would you give up that rationale, that reasoning, that excuse? Would you let it go? If it meant you could discontinue cycles. But it might mean that there's a bit of adjustment because you have to learn how to manage that part of you without that peg, that crutch, that excuse, and resolve, put that wound to rest, or let it heal over in the design that it wishes to create. But when you decide that you no longer are going to point the finger out, it just becomes unimportant anymore. And it doesn't mean that never happened. But it's like you take the backpack off of pain, suffering, and you drop it. And then you walk forward. And eventually you're going to reach that door to Dharma. Here's another thing. Father is raining down, crying through all of us, our emotional body, of the suffering that was spent on humanity. And as we release that, as we stop the projection there of it, and the self-harm and self-hate and hell on the outside, hate of others, Mother, the earth can rise. She can rise from the flames. And they can unite into unity, into balance, into the now, where things are cleared, they're cleansed. Just as it's raining right now, it's cleansing the earth. And maybe your sacrifice requires you to cleanse, to allow you the space and the place to be able to let it go. The more you hold on to it, the more you tie yourself to that occurrence, to that harm. You tether, you cord yourself to it. You are being asked to let it go. Or decide that you're going to continue with the cycle. There's more to learn. But be conscious of that decision. Be conscious of the decisions that you're making. What you're projecting each day. How you're feeling. What you're feeling. Why you're feeling it. Understand how it influences your day. Your state of being, your presence. How your life shows up for you. If I'm connecting with a lot of my pain, well, then my emotional body is upset. My emotional body is triggering my mind, and then my mind is creating what's fueling it. That's how we continue our suffering and our pain, is by continuing to stay in that space and place. Now, that doesn't mean that we're never to have spent any time in it. Yeah, we got to feel it. But eventually, the fair and the circus ends. The scary fair and the scary circus, it ends. Then we return home to ourself, to our sovereignty, to our emotional state, to our frequency. But you must connect with you. We spend too much time connecting outside of ourselves, proving ourselves, telling ourselves who we are, what we are, what to do. Do. It's time to connect back in with you. Allow yourself space and grace to do that. And I encourage you to let go of the suffering. Be cleansed. Allow yourself to be renewed. You deserve it. It's time. I love you. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day.